toenails and blistered heels, salt stains streaking down my face. Sun is beating, muscles scream, but I'm moving at my pace. Run the riot! Leave the world behind! Run the riot! You free your body and your mind!
Hey there, my friends. Welcome to a midweek motivation. It's been a minute since I've done it, but got some things on my mind, and some of you guys said you missed the midweek motivation. So here you go. Here's what I've been thinking about. You know, I wanted to talk to you about the power of just showing up. I remember when I was training for Tahoe and it was hot and I was exhausted. I had been working a lot. I had just back-to-back weeks of just crazy running, and my body was physically tired. I was mentally tired, and I had a long run on Saturday. I was gonna have to go out to Turkey Mountain. Those of you who are not from the Tulsa area, Turkey Mountain is pretty awesome. I'm glad we have it, but I had run the closest trails that I can go and get some good up and down, some rugged. They've smoothed it out quite a bit now, but I can go get some really rocky trails, get some good up and down, some incline and all that stuff. But I'd run it so much, and man, I was tired. I was beat up, and I was not excited about going run 30, 35 miles at Turkey Mountain. But you know what? Saturday night, I got my stuff together, set the alarm, woke up early, and started early on Saturday morning. And, it wasn't a perfect run because I was tired and beat up. I didn't run as fast as I did the week before. But you know what? I showed up. I got it in. I went anyway. It wasn't a great run, but it just reminded me, I was thinking about that, and just showing up is important. How often do we let our excuses stop us from taking that first step? And that goes with running and in life. Today we're going to dive into why showing up matters. The roadblocks that stop us and how we overcome all that junk, on the trail and in life. So why showing up is crucial. Think about it. So I read somewhere that momentum beats motivation. And I don't know where I read it, but I heard like discipline beats motivation because we're not always motivated. Motivation goes away. It's unreliable. Sometimes, like I said, we don't feel like doing it. It's unpredictable. But showing up, like disciplining yourself just to show up, it builds momentum, and momentum fuels progress. So think of how many times have you you really didn't feel like running, but you laced up your shoes, you got your butt out the door, and it ended up being a great run. Now, it didn't always end up being a great run. Sometimes it's a cruddy run, but it's a run. You got out and did it. You did the workout. You don't need to feel motivated to lace up your shoes. You just do it. You just start doing it. Action leads to energy, not the other way around. Okay. So you just got to show up. You got to do it. I read some people. Now, I've always been pretty disciplined. I'll set the alarm. I'll wake up, and I wake up early even when I don't have to, because I like that discipline in my life. And I do what I have to do. But I heard of some people they always sleep in their workout clothes, sleep in their running clothes, so that when they wake up, they're already dressed. They just got to put their shoes on and go. So part of it's already done. I'm already in this. Take away the barriers, and then just start the so that the night before, they're starting the process of getting ready for the next morning and doing what they're supposed to do. And so, we all want to improve. We all want to be better. We all want to complete the distances that we're doing. Well, you can't improve if you don't start. Showing up is step one. And it's the beginning of the new year, and so many people are, set these goals and these big things to do. Well, and I think sometimes we set up too big of goals, but we just need to show up. Just show up. That's step one. And those small actions repeated over time just lead to big results. Missing those small actions also adds up. If you keep missing and missing and missing, you're building in the opposite direction. Okay. So think about the difference between skipping a few training runs versus showing up consistently, even for the short ones. Okay. Those small efforts prepare you for race day, or if you miss them, they'll leave you unprepared. So little by little, a little becomes a lot. All right. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. Taking one step after another, those one, each step becomes a mile, each mile becomes closer to your goal. All right. And so we've got to do it. So showing up, it matters. It's crucial. You just have to show up. Now, the second thing, some of the roadblocks to showing up, sometimes I guess I would call it perfectionism. We think if I can't do the whole thing, if my time won't let me do the whole thing, or if I'm really feeling cruddy and I know I'm going to struggle, I'm not going to be able to hit my paces or whatever, then I just as soon not do it. Well, and we have that attitude like, if I can't give 100%, why bother? But the truth is, perfection isn't required. Progress is. All right. Perfection isn't required. Progress is. And so just an example, like I only have a half an hour between this to be able to get my running, to get my workout in. And, we like to say, hey, I went and did this long 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hour workout. Yeah. Just get out and do something. Do something. It still counts. Done is better than perfect. All right. So get out and do that. And so sometimes we want to have the perfect workout. We want to feel great. We want to be just get out and crush it and post, on Instagram and the Facebook. You see all these people posting the best of their workouts. They have crappy workouts too, man. They post like everything's good. So many of them. You just get out there and have a crappy workout. All right. Just do it. All right. And then sometimes we have negative self-talk. That voice in your head that says, I'm too tired. I'm not good enough. It won't make a difference. Man, it's garbage, man. Just don't listen to that negativity. Just get out and do it. Turn that voice into a coach instead of a critic. Focus on the effort, not the outcomes. And I'll say it again. The only bad workout is the one you didn't do. All right. So I want to encourage you, do away with those roadblocks and just get out there and do something. So when we want to think about strategies for showing up consistently, so many people set big goals for the new year, like huge goals, crazy goals, which is, I kind of advocate for that. I like to set up a big, hairy goal, a goal that scares you a little bit. But when you think about when we're running, all right, if we want to run a 100-mile race or a 200-mile race, well, you don't just get out and run 100 miles or 200 miles that first week. You set up some small incremental goals, i.e. a training plan, i.e. what your coach tells you to do every week. And you build yourself up, like I've always said, into that person that can do it. So you set the bar low to start. Listen, I like when I'm training somebody to do a 50K and above, depending on where they are, some people already do a lot of races, but I like a good 20-week buildup. I like them to have a base and then a 20-week buildup, man, where we're building you up, we're fine tuning and we're getting you to that point when you get to the starting line that, man, you've put in some work, some solid work and you're ready to go. And you put it, but we start with the bar low. Like we don't, do an 80-mile week the first week. We're building ourselves up. And so the key to consistency is lowering the bar to entry. All right. Commit to something that's so small, it feels doable, and you just got to get out and run a few miles. And for some people, listen, if some people might not be training to run an ultra, you're just trying to get back in shape. You're just trying to do life. So put your running shoes on and step outside. All right. And then just keep taking steps. And then before you know it, you're walking, then you're running, and you go get a run in and you're good, or get in the car with your workout clothes and drive. And then you're at the gym and then you just might as well go in and do a workout. All right. And so, just making progress. Small things lead to big things. You've heard this before. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so, man, what is that next step for you to achieve your big goal? Like, well, okay, I'm just going to get out and I'm going to run a mile today. I love people that have lost 100 pounds. And what do? They got outside and started walking because that's all they could do. They just walk. And then after a while, they'd walk around the block. And then once they were able to walk around the block, they'd walk a mile and then walk 2 miles. And then they started losing weight and started changing other things in their life. And they're like, okay, I think I can run a little bit. So they would jog to the mailbox and then walk and then jog and then walk. Before they knew it, they're running. It builds on itself. It builds that momentum. So set the bar low and just start where you are. And until you can do what you want to do, you do what you can. I say that all the time, but it's true. All right. And then use accountability. Surround yourself with people who will help you to stay consistent. If you need a coach, hey, I coach. I love coaching. I love helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. When they get to that starting line, they've put in the work and they can go and run the race. All right. I love that. It doesn't have to be a coach. It could be a running buddy or an app or whatever it takes, to track that progress, or whatever it takes to keep you consistent. Find that thing and do it. Use accountability, and then celebrate the small wins, man. The first time you're able to run a mile at a certain pace, or even run a mile, celebrate it. I love one of my clients right now, great guy, and he's coming back after not running for a long time, and the first time we got to a double-digit run, man, I was excited for him, and he was excited. He's double digits again. And so, man, celebrate those things. Those are huge. When you get yourself, one step closer to where you want to be, man, it's awesome. Recognize the effort, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not as fast as you want it to be, man. Each step is forward progress. In some runs we have, and we just have rough days. We can't hit our pace. It's okay. You showed up and you gave it all you had, and that's what matters. And so I want you to remember this. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. And so, guys, you don't have to get out and just crush a big thing every day, but you keep showing up. And you know what? You get yourself to the point where you can crush that big thing. And so one of the things I love about running is there's so many parallels. And man, this works with life. Showing up daily for even small tasks in life leads to getting those big projects done. You don't have to write a book in a day. If you want to write a book, you show up and you write a page a day, a page at a time. I've heard a lot of people who talk about when they're writing books, they just write every day. Just get up and write something. Put something on, and discipline. You don't have to be inspired every day. You just got to write, and that inspiration will come. The action, once you start with the action, it follows. The inspiration follows. And so, so show up for work every day. Show up and tackle those tasks and do what you got to do. Show up for your family every day. Be present for your loved ones. Even in small ways, it'll strengthen those relationships. Have conversations, with your kids every day. Those little conversations every day matter more than the big trips. Be there for them every day. And then mindset, man, just train your mind to value effort over results and stay consistent. Success isn't about being the best. It's about showing up and giving your best. And so do that. So that's what I want you to get. Success in running and in life rarely comes from the big, grand gestures, from the huge things. It's built in the small, consistent act of showing up, even when it's hard. Guys, that's what I got for you. I want you to reflect on that. It's a new year. You got stuff going on, man. Just show up. Show up. I know it's been busy. I know it's been crazy. I don't know what the weather's like where you are right now, but it is cold right now. And we got ice and stuff coming. And you know what? I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to show up. If I got to run a whole bunch on a treadmill, I'll run a whole bunch on a treadmill. If I got to run in ice and snow, I'll do that too. But just do what you got to do and show up. And then when the summer comes and it gets hot as Hades and it's humid, some of my friends down in South Louisiana, I hear you. I understand. I was there. But you get out, you start early in the morning if you have to, and it's still humid, whatever. Just do it. Just do it. Figure it out. Do it. It comes to those. Success comes from those who take that first step and then just keep taking steps and then get it done, guys. So that's what I got for you today, man. Just a little midweek motivation. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is good. I hope you're pushing through the challenges in running and in life. And I hope you're feeling blessed, man, because we're blessed. Take care. God bless. Bye.